Hello there everybody, this is Graham, also known as the Collector 75. Welcome to another Transformers Redux review, and it's part 2 of my special Redux review of some combiner teams, but with the CRAZYDEVY add-on parts as a bonus. Right, so as you can see, this is my set of SEACONs that I have from 1987, I think, or maybe 1988, I can't exactly remember now. These were actually a pretty cool combiner team, actually. At the time when I was a kid, I only had 4 of them. I only had Nautilator, Scalor, Overbite, and Siwing. The other 2 I just never managed to get because of pocket money, or maybe just didn't want to get them, or maybe I couldn't send them, who knows. But I only ended up with 4 of them. Bit gutted at the time. But, you know, since then, when I started recollecting them when I was about 18, 19, so I managed to get a whole set. This wasn't that set. I actually flogged that set and then bought a decent set a bit later on. I was actually intending to get the Japanese gift set version because at least that did come with all 6, whereas the American version for some reason only came with 5. Never understood that. I never actually saw one for a price I wanted to pay, so then I saw this set on eBay and it was reasonably in good condition, so I got that, just repro labelled it up, and then to be honest, that'll do me. I'm hoping they'll actually make a KO box at some point, hopefully like the hopefully making the Abominus one. That would be pretty cool if they made that. Anyway, let's concentrate on the figures as such. So we had 6 figures, unlike the normal where you only had 5 for a Scramble City team. This team actually doubled up, as each of the smaller limbs could double up as a Target Master. In my opinion, didn't really work too well, to be honest. I'm only going to show one of them in their Target Master component, and that is the one I'm going to use for the gun for Piranhacon, which is obviously their combined mode. So we're going to start here with Overbite. He also has, for some reason, another name called Jawbreaker. I can't exactly remember why he has 2 names, but maybe he was released somewhere as Overbite and other times as Jawbreaker. I haven't got a clue, I can't remember now. I'm just going to call him Overbite for this one, so I prefer that name. So this is him in his attack mode. As you can see, he does come, you can put his robot gun underneath his jaw there, but this is him without that. He's supposed to be a shark, obviously. It's a pretty cool looking shark, only it has limbs, so I'm not quite exactly sure what you call that. More of an amphibian maybe, I don't know, who knows. I'm not really up on my marine life, to be honest. I like the little arms he comes with those. Obviously added play factor, obviously, because I mean if they took the arms and legs off it'd be pretty crap. But you can actually take the arms off on this one. I don't know why, but you can. I prefer it with the arms on, even when he transforms. Right, so we're going to turn him first into robot mode, actually. Right, so it's quite easy. Just fold that back, rotate that around to the back, extend the legs out and just rotate that around. Rotate them around as well, and then just fold out those back feet. And there he is in robot mode, and you can take the little gun, and he holds that quite happily. As usual, it's a Scramble City robot mode, so it's a bit crap. Mainly you only get articulation in the arms. The head can look forward due to the combining mode bit, and that is it really. For me, as a kid, I actually thought it was alright. Bit small, but you know, I thought it was alright. Right, we're going to transform this then into his Target Master. We're going to fold that forward. And then you can do really any sort of variation you want with these legs really in this mode. You hold that like that. You can push them back if you wanted to. I like having this all forward, and then it makes a bit more of a compact sort of gun. And then you put that in the little hole under there. And then that makes his little, the head is supposed to be the handle. And that, for me, that makes quite a cool looking gun. You could fold these forward as well, maybe if you want to make it like a 3-pronged gun, but I quite like leaving them up. I only usually use Overbite as the gun because I think on the artwork for the American one, or if you look at King Poseidon, which is the Japanese version, it usually has him in the artwork as the gun, which is pretty cool. Now, they all did come with this little stand, and you just simply put this together like that with this bit on top there, and then you can play, it's got the Scramble City combiner bit in there, and then you just plug that in, and then they all stand up like that as like a, I don't know what you'd call that, a gun emplacement. So if you have all 5 of them in a line, they might look cool. Had done that when I was a kid. didn't really think much on it really. These can be quite hard to come by, but not that bad. Anyway, right, so that is Jawbreaker. We're going to leave him to the side there, already transformed. My arm has got stuck to something over there, so I'm going to move that. Oh, everything's fallen off now, so we're going to move that over there. Sorry about that, guys. Right, who are we going to go next with? Siwing. He is supposed to be a... For the life of me, it's gone out of my head. I know, a stingray, obviously. And it's a pretty cool stingray, if you want my opinion. As you can see, you can put his robot guns underneath the wings for his attack mode. As it goes, that is it. It doesn't really get too much better from here on in, unfortunately. Once you start transforming it, you fold the wings up, and then the sort of like sides of the head double up as the legs, and you've got to rotate them around several times to get them in the right place. Oh yeah, the mouth did open in stingray mode. There you can see some teeth. And then we rotate that all the way back. And just fold out the arms really, and then he's quite a stumpy looking robot with a massive backpack. Unfortunately, you can either join the guns together to form a double gun, or just put one in each hand. And I prefer doing that, to be honest. So we're going to put Siwing over there. Now we're going to come to Tentacle next. He's obviously an octopus monster type thing. You're going to take these guns off here. That was his attack mode, obviously. Now, for the life of me, what he was supposed to do in this mode, apart from barely whack people around with his tentacles, I ain't got a clue. Looks pretty good, though. I'll give it that. Yeah. Right, okay, transform this into robot mode. I'm not going to stick around too long on these alt modes, because there isn't much to them. I mean, they look really good, but you can't do a lot. Anyway, you're going to fold that out, that becomes the robot legs, and as you can see, you've almost transformed it. Just take all this and just stick it on the back. Another one with massive backpack problems, and there we have. And again, you can either put the gun together for a double sort of gun, or you can hold them one in each hand like that. And I quite like Tentacle. Never had him as a kid. When I did get him, I was actually quite impressed. Right, we're going to come on to Scalor next. And I like his attack mode with the guns on top there. I think that looks pretty cool. But we're going to take them off. Put them to the side. And he's obviously a piranha, I think. And it looks pretty cool to me. You can't take these arms off. They're actually screwed on. But he's got a fairly easy transformation. Just sort of like that. Oh yeah, the mouth does sort of open. I'm not going to open it too much in case it breaks. But it does sort of open, as you can see. Yeah. Once you've opened that out, fold this round. Fold that little tail fin down there and open that out. Then you've got to try and get his hands out. Now I did this the other day and he broke a fucking hell. Anyway, right, so I'm going to put that gun in there, and that usually makes it easier to get out. There we go, it's just a bit tight in there. And there we go, that's Scalor. Now he looks pretty like a bit of an hard nut, especially those giant guns like that. I like that. Yeah, he's not too bad. Did quite
so
like him when I was a kid.
Nautilator.
I really did like Nautilator when I was a kid. I thought he was great with these little claws. It's a shame they didn't have no articulation on the claws, though. That would have been pretty cool. So this is like his attack mode. You can stick this gun in his mouth. Bit silly, but at least he does have an opening. Oh, that's my son kicking off. Anyway, yeah, you can sort of like have his little mouth open and close, which is pretty cool. Or if you want, you can sort of stick this gun on the back like that. It's a little assault cannon on the back if you wanted to. It looks pretty cool like that, actually. Other than that, that's about it for this. He's obviously a lobster, obviously. The legs don't move other than like that. He doesn't look too bad. Unfortunately, his robot mode does suffer quite a bit. So let's just take him to that now. Just fold out these. And then we're basically there. Now, you can do this in several ways. You can take the crab arms off, but what I do is I just fold the whole lot back, then rotate them, I suppose. Rotate them up until they just sort of fit into that gap there. That way you can fold the crab legs, or whatever they are, just back a little bit. He does have a giant backpack then, unfortunately, and the robot head is set way too back. Unfortunately, that is just the way of things with this little figure. Usual articulation in the arms, and usually none in the legs, but he's probably one of the worst ones, if I'm honest. Yeah, you can't really do a lot of him, so we won't. I'm just going to pop him like that. and that's Nautilator. Right, so next move on with the Secon leader Snap Trap, and I never had this one as a kid, and one of those things, like I said earlier, just never even got round to it or anything like that. He's obviously a turtle, but I like the turtle with the pom-pom cannons, and it is a little bit of a gimmick feature. We use this little button up here, and they're supposed to like go in and out, but as usual, it's not very good. It's easy just doing them like this, as you can see. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that, to be honest, so I never usually do it. That's probably why it's a little bit stiff in there. Other than that, the legs just move usually. These ones have another bit of movement at the knee joint there. The mouth does open and close, and he's got quite a cool little head. Not too bad. Yeah, I quite like it. I like the little chromed fins there on the back. So anyway, we're going to transform this to robot mode very quickly. Unlike other certain Scramble City type leaders, this guy doesn't have a third mode. And he's got quite an easy transformation actually. We just take the back off, which you might have just seen, and I've just knocked everyone over. And then we just fold these up. Now I like to just rotate them up against his back. That just takes the bad look off them slightly. And then we just rotate from here the robot legs out like that. And then with these you just fold out the front turtle leg, and then when you move it, a bit of automorph there, we can see the hand popping out. And again, just do that like that, and there we got the hand. Now then all we do next is just rotate that around, and there we have the robot head. You can take this, now he does have two little Scramble City type combiner ports. Rotate that around, and then you can use either one. Just going to rotate this one out because I like just having it sort of like behind him slightly, and then that would be doubles up as a shoulder guard. He isn't going to stand up because he's a little bit back heavy. Almost forgot. He does. The reason why is he does have these little heel spurs there. That will stop him falling over. That's a bit better. Now I did forget in my little bag of stuff here that I keep all their weapons in. I forgot to get his weapons out. There's his big gun. And here's his sword. Right, so you can put his purple sword in his hand there. There it is. And he does come with this giant gun. Now I'm a bit gutted. Oh yeah, you can add it to his turtle mode in robot mode. It does fit into that port there. I forgot to mention that actually. I'll try and take a picture of it, but obviously it just looks like a turtle with a gun stuck on the back. And there is Snap Trap in robot mode, and it doesn't look too bad, if I'm honest with you. There we go. If I'm honest, pretty good. Yeah, I quite like it. Other people don't, sod 'em. Right, so let's start transforming this guy into Piranacon. I'm just going to get everyone in there. Actually, no, easy. Right, we'll just take that off. We'll come to that a bit later. I should lift them out, really. Put those guns aside. Rotate the hands up. Do. Oh yeah, that's it. We'll do these. Fold these out to the side like that. And then basically that is it for him. Take this here. This shield then goes straight over the top. And does sort of fit onto there. Probably broken here. That does fit onto there. How are we going to do this one? Oh, I can't remember why there's the hand now. Oh yeah, I'm going to use him as one of the hands. So we open out the legs, fold all this forward. You can do what you like with that. He has another Scramble City port just in here. Open that out. We'll get him ready. Let's get a few of these little bits out. I do have the little old paperwork. It shows you how to combine them. I mean, that's cool. I mean, you got to keep things like that. You don't really need it, but you've got to keep bits like that. Right, so we've got the feet, we've got the head, we've got one of the other feet, and we've got a hand in here. And I'm just looking for one hand. There we go. Right, so then we're going to put this hand, and I love the hands because they come with that extra little dagger little bit. This one doesn't fit too well, in Nautilator when he's in arm mode, so we're just going to leave him like that. Who else are we going to have as an arm? I think I'm going to have Siwing. So I'm going to take these guns, rotate that up slightly, fold the legs down, rotate them up, fold that out. Can't get my bloody nail in there because it's going the wrong point. Like that, and that can go in there. Sat like that anyway. Right, let's just put this head straight on him. Then what we're going to do? What are we going to do next? Right, let's get these little fellas ready. These are going to become the feet. Let's take his guns off. You can leave a lot of the individual guns on these guys if you wanted to, and it just sort of like looks well, a bit more armed up really. I mean, that doesn't look that bad. This guy is slightly loose here. So when he's in actually Piranhacon, I'll probably should use someone else's leg, but he will give me no end of grief. Right, yep, I think that's the one I want. Push that all the way in there, and that's one of the feet done. Where's Tentakill? Take these guns off, put these down, close him up, and he's going to become the other leg, like that. Right, let's start putting these guys together. Close that up. And then he's going to fit just nicely in there. He's going to go into that one. And there's his legs already. Let me just angle this slightly upwards now. That's a bit better, isn't it? Alright, and so then we just plug him into the combiner port up there. And then put Nautilator in this one. Up here. Like that. And there's your basic Piranhacon. As I said, he does tend to lean forward mainly because he's slightly loose down there. It isn't so bad actually. That is the official sort of transformation. But what you can do, and I'm going to put him in his hand now. It does sort of fit in there like that. So then we have the with his target master weapon, and then you can put the sword in the other hand just over here like that. And as I said, it does tend to lean forward a little bit, annoying. Yeah, that's the official transformation. What you can do is you can angle these legs out slightly. I don't want to bloody move now. Like that. And then that just makes him a bit taller. As you can see now, he's off the screen. I think he looks all right. Ah, there we go. He's falling over again. I should use someone else's bloody leg. That's a note for the future. Anyway, right, so that's Piranhacon. He's not bad. He's one of the better, actually, combiners. Actually, I do like Piranhacon. Sometimes I like just angling these slightly out to the side. That way the head isn't obscured so much. Right, so... Stay there, you fucker. Right, so now we're going to move on and add the CRAZYDEVY parts to Piranhacon. Right, so we're back. So I've just dismantled them. As you can see, it just makes it slightly easier to get all the bits on. We've got the CRAZYDEVY in no particular order. CDMW33. This is the new waist piece. This gives them a slightly better waist. We've got the CD16, which is the more smaller, show accurate head, but I'll come on to that. And we've got these pieces. These give him more show accurate, whatever you want to call these little bits here. And then the pom-pom guns gives him bigger guns on his back. We've got the new articulated feet. These do look pretty cool actually, but I haven't actually put these on yet, so this will be the first one for that. And the CDM20, which is the bigger sword. Right, so we'll get the bigger sword out first. We'll just show that off if I can. And I had to get this. Is this like a giant chromed sword? Because I believe these SEACONs were reissued, and it did come with a chromed version of this, but this one is now just much bigger. Not that much bigger, but it's bigger and chromed, which can't be bad. Right, so we're going to put that over there for now. Put that sword away now because you won't need that. Going to get the feet out. Right, so we just take off the back. If I can get them off, there we go. And they fall out. Put that one down on there. Now we're going to take this foot out of there, put it over there. Don't think it matters. As you can see now, the difference between these feet, that one's hollow and then this one's filled in, and now it does have a ball jointed socket. so it should be a lot better. Okay, and that is the right foot, so probably want that one over there. Right, this will be for him. So hopefully this fits in him there, sort of. Doesn't go all the way in, but does at least now is articulated. Oh yeah, of course you don't want it going all the way in because you need the room to give it a bit of articulation for that ball joint, don't you? Anyway, we'll take that one out. Oh, bloody out. And then push that in there, like that. Right, okay, so that's them. Then we're going to come to the new waist piece. Going to take that out. And this, actually, I tried this on a knockoff set of SEACONS that I've got, and this actually works really well. Now that head is going to have to come off, and I'll show you why. And this does sort of basically just pop straight over all this malarkey once you get the legs angled in the right position. Oh, it went on the knockoffs really easy. It's all about just getting everything in the right position. There we go. So you get them like that. Sound like that anyway. And then we can now put him on there. There we go. Probably out a little bit further than you'd want. Like that. You can angle them however you need to. And there's the new feet, and they look pretty cool really actually, and yeah, he's got a nice bigger hip. Then we're going to come to the next ones. Get them out. Now these pom-pom bits, I believe, just split apart. It's been a while since I put these on actually. There we go. Basically just split apart. Oh, bloody hell, man. There we go. Right, and then what you do is you basically, if I remember rightly, just slot them somehow over these. That's it. Once you get it over it, just sort of close it up. That's it. There we go. All done. It's just a case of getting it in the right position. There it is. And it just neatly goes up. There, it gives him slightly bigger pom-pom cannons. Let me just do it so you can actually see it. My amazing blue tack stand. There we go. That's much better, isn't it? Right, and then the next one you have to do is a bit more tricky. I've already loosened the screws. Just undo these screws. Take these out. And start taking these bits off very carefully because you don't want to mess them up. Take these screws out here, like this, and just ease that out. And then you just replace it with the new one. That goes in like that. I can't remember if you need the actual screw with this one. I can't remember. There we go. Pretty certain you don't, if I'm honest. So we're going to take that one out. Nice and easy. Just take that out. Put in the new one. Oh, there we go. Then put everything back together again. Like that. There we go. And just do that up. Don't have to do it up too tight. That's the good thing about that. There we go, and then that gives him the smaller, whatever you want to call it, chromed claws on that, and then you just put that straight back on his chest. There we go, and that just fits straight in there, like that. Right, and then we're going to come to the last one, which is the head. Now, I've got to admit, I got this a while ago, and then I was a bit disappointed actually when I got this out the other day. It does have a little button. So he does have light up LED eyes, if I can just do it. Yeah, it's like you can see it in there, and for some reason it's points only under one eye, but it does sort of move about. You can move it about yourself if you want to. That's a bit better, isn't it? Yeah, it's a bit of a letdown if you ask me. But anyway, but this head is actually smaller because this one looks far too oversized. It's not exactly the same colour plastic, but no, not at all really. This is a greenish, more bluish. Yeah, and also trying to get this on isn't the most easiest thing in the world. It is supposed to just fit straight on, but usually once I put it on, it just ends up splitting apart and it doesn't really want to fit on there too well. So I end up just sort of like leaving it a bit like that, really. Yeah. But that is it. So we're going to move these bits out here. Don't want to lose those screws. Move that head out of the way, and we're going to put Siwing back on the side. Just over here, like that. And then you're going to put Nautilator back on. Now the only thing about this scramble set is that when you start adding things to it, this is when everything around it starts falling bloody bits, isn't it? And there's bloody him down the bottom there, giving me jip already. Leaning forward. Now you can sort of like lean on back. The ball joints don't actually seem that strong, unfortunately. Let me just lift it up so we can have a better look. And if I'm honest, I think he looks a lot better actually with those ball jointed feet. I'm hoping they do one for Menasor. That would be pretty cool. But as it stands, I actually think they did a half decent job on all these bits, as good as they could have done. Be nice if they come up with some new hands for Piranacon there. These bits do not see the point in, really. You might as well just stick the original ones on that. The pom-pom cannons, again, take it or leave it. The head, definitely take it or leave it on that one. But I think it's definitely more in scale with the actual body now. Yeah. Right. So this has been Graham, the Collector 75. Hope you like this review. I know it's a bit dodgy in places, but there we go. Anyway, I'll see you all next time. Bye for now. Yeah, I knew I'd forget something. Actually forgot to put the CRAZYDEVY sword in his hand, just to show you that. That goes in there remarkably well. And then if you can stop him leaning forward, that would be bloody handy. Yeah, those ball joints really could have done with being just a bit stronger, really. There we go. Oh, yeah, who'd have thought it was just a tiny sword? That would be the tipping point. Yeah, anyway, right, so if I hold him there, that'd actually be pretty cool. Look at that. I think that sword is definitely great. Yeah, just I might even just put a little bit of super glue or nail polish or something on those ball joints, just try and tighten them up, because they just seem a little loose for the weight of the figure, which is a shame. But other than that, I think this figure is actually, I think it actually looks really much better with these parts on. Even the CRAZYDEVY head, as you can see though, it does kind of split apart. Stop messing about with it too much. They make some really good bits. Unfortunately, some of their bits are a bit dodgy as well. Anyway, right, this one has gone on far too long, so I shall end it there and say see you all next time. Bye for now.